Let's understand sort of the political ferment that's led to this. Ahead of the Easter holiday, she said she was not going to do this. There's been a bit of a reversal here, a full reversal here. Why did she decide to do this?
I think she looked at two things. One, she looked at the domestic political environment, and she leads a party whose power she inherited from David Cameron against an opposition that is not just flagging in the polls, but very low in the polls. She has a 20-point lead over the Labour Party for the first time in a decade. So that looks pretty good electoral maths if you're a politician. And secondly, she looked at Brexit, and the argument goes, as she said herself, that she wants a mandate of her own to back and strengthen her negotiating stance. She's got critics within her own party. In fact, to some extent, the biggest opposition to her lies within her own party, either those who are ardent Brexiteers and wanted to leave the union, which she did not campaign for, or on the other side, those who are worried that she's kind of focusing on things like immigration and budget control over the economy. So she's got those two wings. If she can build a bigger majority, she can hope to deliver the kind of Brexit that she wants on her terms, and at the same time secure a bigger position for her party.
Let me ask you about the response to this announcement today. Jeremy Corbyn, the leader of the Labour Party, did address the call for these snap elections. Let's listen to what he had to say.
I welcome the opportunity for us to put the case to the people of Britain to stand up against this government and its failed economic agenda, which has left our NHS in problems, which has left our schools underfunded, which has left so many people uncertain.
How big a hurdle it will be for Mr. Corbyn, indeed for the Labour Party, to mount a big opposition to this call?
It's a pretty big challenge. If you look at the polls, certainly a great one. Obviously, there's the new conventional wisdom, which is you don't rule out anyone in elections. Donald Trump, Brexit, perhaps this weekend's French elections prove that. But Jeremy Corbyn is certainly struggling to rally his own party within Parliament. Most of the MPs didn't back him for the leadership, and they've since been pretty disgruntled, both with how he campaigned during the Brexit campaign and afterwards. His own personal ratings have fallen. He's not necessarily a favourite of that centre ground that delivered the Labour Party victories under Tony Blair.
Sure.
So certainly it's an uphill battle, and it's an election he probably wasn't expecting.
Simon, we've got about 30 seconds left here. Let me just ask you what happens going forward. Theresa May goes to Parliament tomorrow. What happens to the Brexit process while all of this unfolds between now and June the 8th?
Well, the Brexit process was going to be that the Europeans were going to meet next week to sign off on their draft guidelines. That will still happen. But then you've got the French elections, which continue over the next month. You've got the German elections in September. To some extent, Theresa May could have looked at the calendar and thought, well, the Europeans aren't really going to show up for the talks in any great way until September, October. I can win this mandate in the meantime.
All right.